I'm gonna record. So, can you hear me?
I can. I'm sorry. I was
I
taking
can
forever.
hear you. How have you been doing?
I've been doing great, actually. I actually, in the middle of, I don't know, can they hear me or no?
Yeah, they can. It's just me and you, and I'm just recording it. So,
Oh, okay.
and I
Well,
thank you for doing this because I really need to inspire some shop owners who aren't doing it yet, and you're really awesome. So I thank you for taking the time.
Hey, no problem. Anything I could do to help. You've helped me a lot, so I could only return a favor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So tell me everything about you and what's going on.
So, well, how long ago did I leave the school? It's been a few years.
Right.
It's been
at least 2.
No, I'm thinking maybe like 3, actually.
Let me see. Yeah, it's been
been a while.
The date and put it in the video.
Well, it has been a while. I'm actually in my car right now. I'm going to class to learn how to do CDLing because I've had so much time. I got employees and stuff, so it's like I could do extra stuff. So
That's so fun.
And I just had a newborn, so I'm actually out like right now doing stuff for my wife. So
nice.
all this is honestly is thanks to you, like, you know, because of the school. Like I probably used to. I told you when I was there, I used to outsource all the repairs.
Right.
And
your store was like activations, and you outsourced all your repairs. You sell accessories.
I used to do all activations in store, Boost Mobile, Simple Mobile, all these, like any kind of cell phone activation I used to do. And any repair that used to come into the store, I used to just outsource. So it was just that was just easy for me. But then, you know, I figured I could just do it myself, and you actually helped me go a long way of doing that. So that was a great thanks to you, to be honest.
Yeah. So once you added repair, how much would you say a part of your business income? Like, would you say that is repair and sales? And what would you say, like, did it add to your business bringing it in-house? What did it do for you to bring it in-house?
Okay, so I used to do the repair, like we used to, like I said, outsource them. So it was already a part of the business. So, but when I started doing it in-house, it actually gave me, you know, it was a more of an income for myself, because say like iPhone 6 screen costs like, I don't know, like $7, you know, and we charge $35. Now I have in return, instead of, you know, I used to pay $6 for the screen and then pay somebody like $15-$20 to do it for me as an outsource. I was only making, you know, $5 and $10. Now in return, I'm making almost 20, you know. So I could say, like, in a month, like at a very high, say I'm just, for example, if I did 500 repairs, I did actually do 500 repairs in a month. That was, and at like say $30, that's like $15,000 right there, you know.
Right.
So
and you're in a big city, so they got to understand too, you're in a big city.
Oh yeah. There's plenty of competition. I do have cutthroat competition in every direction, in a 360 degree around me, like in every direction. You know, I got guys that literally will replace an iPhone 6 screen for $25, you know, and I still charge 35. So I still charge 35. If they don't want it from me, they could go to somebody else. It doesn't matter to me. But like, I try to explain to them, like, hey, I don't give warranties on screens, but I tell them, like, you know, if it does, as long as there's no crack or damage to it, just come back to me. You know, that'll go a long way of helping, you know, a customer return to you, so you could have that steady, you know, every month. I have a customer, she's a young lady, she probably replaces her screen 3 times a week, with no joke. And I do charge her less than I charge other customers. She's got a 7 Plus. We charge like $65 for that. I do charge her $50 just because she's constantly there. She's constantly in.
I did the same thing. I would actually give out what I would call, like, you know, which we talked about in class, the 1-year repair damage coverage. So then if somebody came to me and they re-damaged it, I did it at a discount, because some people, they return. I have a lady that I feel like every month I'm fixing her phone. So of course, like, I give her a little bit of a discount for coming back.
I definitely have customers that return daily. I will fix their screen at 10 a.m. They'll be back in there 6 p.m. talking about I dropped it, you know. And you know, another thing, it's because, you know, it's not like not just because of a bigger city or anything like that, but, you know, people, if you have that good customer service. And I do want to say this, that little sheet that you told me, like an intake sheet.
Yes.
I never actually did that.
Right.
But I would suggest I would suggest anybody that's going to start doing this, definitely do an intake sheet. It's definitely worth it. It'll help you in the long run. I've had customers where the 7+ button or the 7 button or the 8 button didn't like broke. It was already broken on their end when they brought it in.
Right.
And I ended up replacing that button because they do actually sell them.
Yes.
Right. Sometimes they work. It's like a 50-50 shot if that button works or not. But
Right.
but again, like you're losing money. You're losing money replacing and damaged phones already. So you if you have an intake sheet, that's definitely the right way to go.
You already know what
definitely do
comes
that.
in, then you're able to check it and go through it. And we do go through that in class in depth. So make sure you guys do that right. So I'm glad that worked out for you. Now, so now I see that you have some free time because you have staff and stuff like that. How hard was that for you to staff your store and be able to have more time for yourself?
So it took me a couple of years. It took me a couple of years to find the right employee. I have one guy that does repairs, one guy that does sales. The guy that does repairs does help out with the sales, but some days like today, I know today is going to probably be a little bit busier. It's closer to the end of the month. People are not trying to buy phones. They're trying to replace what they have. They're trying to, so the repair guy might be a little bit more busier. So I'll probably pop in there like 12 or 1, just depending on like if I like, I'll watch the cameras, I'll see if they're busy or not, and I'll probably hop in there. But it definitely at the beginning it was just me and one other guy, and that he was part-time, and then that person moved on to something better. I don't blame him. But I was in there for a while by myself doing the repairs, sales, and everything, and then now it's like I got a couple of guys that help out. And it really does help. It really does. Like the repair game is everybody. It's like it really is a commodity. Everybody needs their phone. So if they can't afford to buy a new phone, they're gonna try to replace it. Or, I mean, repair it. Get the part that. So you helped me do batteries. You helped me do charging ports, cameras, speakers, screens. So I know how to do everything with the iPhone. One thing that I wish I could have did more was more Androids, but I just don't bother with them now.
Right.
Because
what is it about Androids that you feel like a lot of shops tell me that they just don't bother with them? And what is
they're
it?
They're just very complicated, and then they're very complicated to fix. I personally feel like, and now that like because that like say the Note 10 is such a paper thin. Like I've tried and I've replaced notes, and I don't want to keep coming out of pocket for trying to fix
and it's like what we talk about in class is that whenever if you really want to be big in the Samsung or like 11, like the newest iPhones, like you've got to get into glass refurb, because it's like even some of the charge ports in the Android are like built into the screen, so you gotta like take the glass off or get that out without cracking it, so
yes,
yeah,
it's definitely hard. I don't do it. I can't give that time into doing something like that. And I've replaced too many Galaxies and Androids for me to keep trying to continue with it. And honestly, people do use iPhones more than I think everybody in my household. My own, like I'm talking about my own brothers and sisters, all have iPhones. I think maybe one of my brothers has an Android. What a weirdo.
Right.
But because the rest of the family has iPhones, his wife has everybody has iPhones. Even my kids have iPads. And
but if you ever want to add glass refurb, you just call me. I'll go over the numbers with you. You can hire someone to do that. We can get you going. You should call me one-on-one and we'll go through how many screens you're doing a month, and I will tell you how much money you can make in addition. But
to be honest, I'm probably doing more higher end iPhones now.
Oh, good.
Yes, than what I used to do before. I'm talking about like 6s for some reason are still high. Like
they're in my area too. I still get
like it's still like I don't understand it. Like there's the XR and the 11 are out, and I still have customers coming in with the iPhone 6 like, hey, my screen, which is fine. Like it's only more money in my pocket, obviously, but with the newer phones, should I say, it is more expensive to like for the screen, but you're getting that money back. Say like an iPhone X screen costs like $50 the screen, I charge like 120, and I have competition around me that charges $80 and $90, and again, like I buy better screens just so I could tell the customer, like, hey man, this is a better screen.
Yeah,
It's
and
not this,
Adam,
it's not that.
the screen that you pull off, what do you in your shop do? Because we talk about all the options you can do with that broken screen to make money. What
Right.
do you do?
So if it's not if the LCD or the back glass, the backlight isn't broken, like
Right.
if it's not shattered, maybe if this the front screen is just shattered, I actually keep them, and I have a guy that actually pays me almost what I pay for a screen for the broken ones. So
Right,
I
because
actually
he's
sell it to him.
refurbing them and probably
Yeah,
reselling
he's
them.
refurbing
So
them. And then if it's like if the LED or the LCD is broken,
mm-hmm,
like shattered,
mm-hmm.
I keep them because there's another guy, he buys them for a couple of dollars
Right.
more than I've seen on some websites. So there is a
Right.
local guy that I have here that buys them, and he actually buys all. Like I probably sold uh a few months ago maybe 2,000 screens that I
Wow.
had. So
Wow.
I've had a lot of screen. Like I don't. I wish I had the numbers in front of me. I would
That's
tell you how
okay.
many screens I've done
Yeah.
since I left your class to now.
Right.
But I would want to say like I've done over 5,000 screens personally.
Right. I
Like
had a student yesterday call
personally.
me and he was like, since December, I've done 1,500 screens. I was like, oh, great. You know?
No, I think
Yeah.
personally myself, I've done more than 5,000 screens.
Right. Yeah.
I could personally say that. Like,
Right.
and that's not just the store. I'm talking about myself without my employees or anybody that's replaced screens. Like I've probably done 5,000. And you know what? I do a lot of free repairs. Just because I want the word of mouth. Like there's nothing better than free advertisement. That's free
Right.
advertisement. Like,
Right.
hey man, Adam he did it for me for free, and you just go over there, man. He'll help you out. He'll look out for you. He'll
Yeah.
do this for you. So the repair game is definitely a huge income, a huge income. But if
Right.
it's like, I know we got way off topic, but if it's a
That's
part
okay.
of my business, I want to say it's at least 35% of my business, because
That's great.
and that used to be, and that's up from what it used to be. Like before, I was like, okay, I used to have to tell customer like, hey man, your phone will be ready in an hour. I literally tell them your phone is ready in 7 minutes. Your phone
Right.
is ready in 8 minutes. Your phone's gonna be ready in 10 minutes.
Right.
And I've had times where I've had 10 screens back to back, like, and I tell them like, hey, like if I'm already on my one of 10, right? I'll tell that customer like, hey, 10 minutes. The second customer, okay, man, it's gonna be 15 minutes. Every customer after that, I try to tell them 15 to 20 minutes, just because I still got to finish the one before them,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And my employee does the same thing. He knocks. He's pretty fast on the the iPhone 8 and up for some reason. I don't know. He's like Speedy Gonzalez pulling the
Right.
screws out, you know. But everything else, like I don't do no fives, no 5Cs, no 5Ss. I refuse to do 6 pluses. There's like
Touching.
there's just so many problems, I feel like, with the 6 plus for some reason, like the IC problem. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
I
Touch
don't.
ID. Yeah. And I understand. So, what would you say? And I'm not asking you to give out your financial information, but what would you say, like revenue wise, what your store would be doing normally? Now, I mean, I know that's very private information. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Um. Okay. So I don't know. I sell like 100 headsets a month, maybe more.
Mm.
Uh, and then with the
Headsets would be
repair,
phones, right? So they
yeah,
know. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I probably sell, yeah, boxes. So I sell probably like 150 boxes. I get, it just depends on the month.
Right.
I like before when I used to outsource repairs, I was making like 35 to 40 a
Okay.
month.
Okay.
But that's because, you know, accessory sales, upselling,
And your
and
activations and
the price of phones was better. Yeah, activations, everything. So, but now I want to say it's been a lot more. It's been closer to 50, but that's because, you know, it's already an existing business. I bought an existing business. I
correct.
was in an existing business, so
You're in a
the
unique
the flow
situation,
was
and that's
there. And if
why I
there's,
wanted to get you on.
yeah,
Yeah, because a lot of people they
so you
come and
know
they
what? If
open it
someone,
new and they build it and it takes them longer. But then like I have
no, it's,
a mobile
but you
tech.
know what? That's gonna
Uh-huh.
be.
Go ahead. What were you
I was
saying?
gonna say that's probably more of a pure. They'll make it if they just stick in the trenches and build that. Don't automatically assume like, hey, I'm gonna make this much. This is gonna be my cut. I get to put this in my pocket. No,
Right.
so I invested. I used to invest the money that I made back into the business and try to make it more, try to make it better, and that's something I had to do. And It'll definitely take you time, especially if it's going to be a new business. So I've opened new businesses since then, purely like, one carrier like Boost, and I've added repair there. So I want to, like, if I talk about that store probably does in the beginning was only making, 5 to 8 thousand a month, and then now it's probably making closer to 25. So it takes time. You do have to invest all that money back. You can't expect to just be like, oh, I'm making this money, it's all mine, I don't have to do this, that, and other. No, you'll sink your business that way. That's most definitely.
Right. How many
So you
stores
have
do
to
you
invest
have
that
right
money back.
now? Just the two, or you have more?
No, I so one is 100% mine, and
Mhm.
then I'm invested in three, like one or yeah.
That's great.
So mine is all by myself, then three, 50-50 and 35% in the
That's
other.
awesome. That's great. Congratulations.
So
That's
honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do, like, the money that I got, the money, the income that I was getting that was even more was because of the repair. I was able to take, because I was splitting it at the end of the day. I used to ring up how much I was making off of repairs and what my business was making. I never touched the money that my business made because it was already making that before.
right.
But the money that I was making off of repairs is what helped me get to everything that I have.
Awesome.
Brand
Okay,
new
well, thank
2020
you.
truck, babies coming in, new cars, going in the CDL. I mean, I had to.
New babies.
This extra money was definitely there for me.
Right. I love that you're diversifying, because I feel like people generally think entrepreneurs have to just focus on one thing, but like I do rental property, I do Forex training, I do like so much stuff, and it's like, because I have my store and I have
Oh,
this
you definitely.
funds, I can do that. So that's awesome. Thank you so
There's
much for doing a video.
it's
Do you
def-
want to give any wise words for someone that's watching this and maybe owns a wireless shop?
I think honestly, a store already, they should already know. It's If you don't have that good customer service, you're not gonna have the repeat customers, the word of mouth, and invest in advertising. And if you're gonna advertise on Facebook, Instagram, Marketplace, offer up, whatever it is, whatever, you must invest in your business for you to succeed, to have more money, to have that steady income. I would compete, but don't sell myself cheap. I buy
Mm,
better screens so I could have the repeat customer.
right.
I wish I was at the store just so I could show you. I probably have maybe 200 screens right now that are coming in this morning that I ordered. So that's on top of the already 100 screens that I have
Well,
in
you
in
just send
stock.
me a little video later and I'll tack it onto the end of this.
Yeah. I, well, so I got, today's a Friday, so I got a lot to do. So I'm gonna put it in my
If
notes
you
now.
think about it,
I,
I know you're a busy man, you got a new baby and
I know,
everything. So,
baby. I got school later on tonight. I got the store to take care of. I got a few things to do today. So
man,
it's
you're living
definitely
the
something.
dream.
It's something that it's worth it, honestly.
All
If
right.
anybody needs anything, like, I beg them to go through you, because you'll know. They
Right.
should listen to you. You're not telling them a lot. Like, I did a lot of things you told me.
Right.
I redid in my own business, and it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth
Thank
it.
you so
It's
much,
definitely
Adam.
worth it. The income that you're gonna get gonna be worth it. And like I said, like, the screens, doesn't matter how much they cost. You could double up on a screen, you could triple up on a screen. But as long as the quality's there, the repair's there, the customer service there, you'll have that customer come back again. Because there's stores in the mall that charge $200 to something that I charge $100 for. And
Right.
I actually advertise that, like, hey, don't go to ripped off. I have to throw people under the bus to make some
Right.
type of income on something.
Right. And
People, it is what it
it's
is.
like the franchises. They charge a lot more in my area, and I'm not afraid of them at all. I'm like, bring it, because your prices are
Right.
very high. I can compete with you.
There's there's like maybe three different franchise repair stores around me, or near me, besides the mall. So, like, I feel like they should know that I'm a competition to them, but I don't look at them like, I know my business is solely based on, my area. So, and I'm happy with that. I'm not worried about getting a customer, and I have had customers come from 40, 50, 60 miles
Right.
away, but that's because the advertising. If you advertise in your area, it will come. You build it, they will come.
Right. All right. Well, thank you, Adam, so much. You have a great day. I really appreciate your time. And if you ever need anything, I am here for you.
Most definitely. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Have
You
a
have a good
great
day.
day. All right. Bye bye.
Bye.